are yet again for another journal entry. This one's number 7 for October 10th, 2018. It's been about 2 days now since we were in class. I always like to do it a couple days after the initial class just so I can process everything that we did, think about the entire lesson. I do really enjoy coming to this class. We have a good mix of students in there, different backgrounds, different perspectives, and then of course, obviously different perspectives on the use of technology, which is the basis of the class. This class in particular, I really enjoyed what we pulled out of this one. We went over something called the SAMR model. That's S-A-M-R. And if I can, I'll pull that up here on the video for you. That stands for substitution, augmentation, modification, and then redefinition. And so what we looked at in particular was how someone named Kathy Schrock put this SAMR model and compared it and blended it with Bloom's taxonomy, which looks at the cognitive higher order, and then combined it here with Dr. R. Planteradora, if I'm saying, I know I'm not saying that right, but blends it with his SAMR model. And I'll try to put in an illustration here on the video. Okay, so particularly when we're looking at the SAMR model, the S stands for substitution, right? And an example of that is using technology as a direct tool of substitution with no functional change. And then augmentation is using tech as a direct substitute with functional improvement on the task. So we're looking at tasks here, I'm sorry. When we're talking about the SAMR model now, I said Bloom's looked at the higher order cognitive. SAMR looks at the redefinition of tasks to produce higher productivity, higher student outcomes, significant impact. Specifically quoted, educator designs a task that has a significant impact on student outcomes. That is the SAMR model, S-A-M-R. I think it's particularly important, and I am surprised that it's not really built into the pre-service education for teachers, at least at our college. It might be at other ones, but I think it's really important to show both of these together, the Bloom's and the SAMR model, especially with the importance of education really on technology in education and the big push for that. And I'm really starting to see the importance of it obviously in class, but that's why I'm wondering, why aren't we using this in pre-service teaching, where teachers should be really thinking about the tasks that they're asking students to do, and then how much technology is really involved in that. It can be important for a few different reasons. One, your students need to get used to working with technology, just like we're doing in this class. We're kind of slowly working into that, applying it more and more to the lessons we're creating in class. Second, I think it's important to put a little bit more of the responsibility of learning in the hands of the students. And by doing that, I think we will be able to produce more, and they'll be able to take the learning in a new direction that maybe we didn't see as educators. Give them the tools to then, like the SAMR model says, redefine the task and completely create something new that at the beginning, when just using substitution, not really at that creating as compared to Bloom's at the higher cognitive level. So it can be compared when you're redefining the task, you're also at Bloom's higher order cognitive. So that's kind of how it pairs up. I think that's really cool. Just overall, I'm going to kind of look at this model, Kathy's model that we just went over, and I showed you the illustration of. Here it is one more time, just so you can see, okay, the different levels blended up here. I'm glad you're listening. I appreciate you sticking around. This one's over for this week. We'll see you next week. I just turned in that Edison letter, and I got confirmation that Dr. Bowen got it. So we're all good, and we'll see what I have to say next week. Thanks again. Bye.